Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
That's Melyssa Ford, ladies and gentlemen. She's with us right now.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up, Melyssa?
Do you know how excited I am to be up here?
I'm excited to have you up here. I remember years ago, you and I don't remember who else, you made the impact on me. We did a video, Jesus, what am I saying? We did a photo shoot for a magazine. You're not going to remember. You've been in a ton of magazines since. I want to say, was it Double XL?
King?
Yeah, I was in King magazine, Tracy. Yeah, I did the centerfold. That was me. They just focused on my bulge. And I got to meet you there. And this was at a time where, women who so-called video vixens was kind of becoming a new thing, right? And just like reality TV, a lot of people were getting, before reality TV were getting popular by appearing in videos. And I remember meeting you, and it's true. There is a stereotype. There is a stigma that you walk into the meeting with. And then you started to open your mouth, and I realized, wow, it's a lot of layers to who this person is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dimensions. So I almost felt guilty looking at pictures of you. of your ass, or like if I saw body parts, I almost feel guilty after I met you, so I stopped looking at you like that.
Thank you.
Then a couple years later, I started looking at you like that again.
I appreciate that, because I was gonna say,
I'm back, Melyssa. I'm back. No, but right, but there is, you appeared in a lot of videos from Jay-Z to Will Smith too, right?
Jay-Z, Will Smith, Usher, Mystical, Jadakiss, Alicia Keys.
I remember that.
It's Sisqo.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What was that like?
He was cool. He was really, really nice. I was the lead, so we had to spend a lot of time together. And then that's actually what I credit as kind of changing the trajectory of my life, like doing that music video. And then he asked me to go on tour with him as one of his lead dancers. I said, okay, well, yeah, I can come for 2 weeks. He was like, no, if you come, you're coming for the whole thing. And I was like, what is that? He's like, 2 months. NSYNC is the headliner.
Wow.
It was for Pink. It was when she was the R&B star, her first album.
Remember her first album? She was an R&B singer.
Exactly. It was her very first. That's how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And then Sisqo, because he had Thong Song, and he was doing pretty well. So then he was the second act, and then NSYNC was the headliner. And I went on tour for 2 months, and let's just say that Toronto, which is the city I'm from, is a massive city. It's a cosmopolitan, beautiful, metropolis. It's amazing. After being on tour for 2 months, I went back. It looked like a podunk town. I was like, I got to get the hell on out of here.
Get out, right?
I was like, chucked up my deuces, 2 tickets and one-way ticket.
And that was it?
And 2 suitcases, $25 and a one-way ticket. And I was off to New York.
Did men often try to proposition you and sleep with you because you were in their videos? Like, what percentage of the time would that happen?
I think I was kind of intimidating.
Okay.
I think that I was a little intimidating. And I wasn't afraid to tell the artist, could you be respectful?
Yeah.
Could you keep your hands above, my waist and below my breasts? And, because just I'll slap the dog shit out of you.
You got that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just please don't. Let's just not go there.
Put my hands on this side of the chair right now. Jeez. I don't want the dog shit slapped out of me.
So they were always very respectful. I remember I was doing Big Pimpin', and at one point, when we weren't filming, I was hanging out with Hype Williams, who's the director, and Steve Stout and Jay-Z. So I was sitting around having a conversation with Jay-Z about psychology, because that was what I was studying in school, was forensic psychology. And it was at that moment, I didn't really know much about Jay-Z at that time, because I'm Canadian. We
didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't really know. We got BET around 1997. Okay, so I didn't grow up listening to, a lot of hip hop music. And Jay is brilliant. He's brilliant, and it was just a very interesting, very thought-provoking conversation with somebody who very easily would be just as stereotyped as I was at that point in his life. Oh, he's just a rapper. What the hell does he know?
And he never even made a move on you.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
No, he was very respectful.
Very respectful. We had Claudia Jordan on here recently. She was talking about the whole, field of so-called video vixens, how it's been cheapened to the point where when she started, you can make $5,000, $7,500, $10,000 for an appearance. And just like DJing right now, DJ Wonder complains about this every day. You got a lot of, scrub DJs that come in and undercut you for, where he might have made $5,000 for a gig. You got guys who will charge $250 for a gig and kind of cheapen the field. Do you feel like that happened with, video girls?
Absolutely. And even in the capacity of modeling, I mean, like, chicks started to go outside into their backyards wearing a bikini and a Polaroid camera and started calling themselves models. And I'm like, no, that does not a model make. And it was really, really frustrating. I mean, it goes the same thing with anybody who devotes a certain portion of their life and blood, sweat, and tears to a craft. It's just disrespectful, And so I'm not calling video modeling a craft, people, before you try and get me for that shit. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm more, talking about modeling in that respect.
Standing in front of a camera that's an art form.
It's...
I'm joking.
I've done some artistic things in front of a camera. But yeah, no, as it relates to devoting your life to, to a profession, to a craft, it just takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of initiative. It takes a lot of drive, and it takes a lot of tenacity and stick-to-itiveness to, to keep on going. But then people just kind of like, you're right. They have cheapened it.
They cheapened it, right? You're the Dundada of that field, and you decided to move on and become a real estate broker, and you have your own reality show
let's talk about the 10 years in between video modeling and real estate. Because people kind of think that I just stopped doing videos yesterday. And I'm like, no.
Well, let's talk about that up next.
Okay.
All right, Melyssa Ford is here, Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. All right, that's Melyssa Ford, and in Blood, Sweat, and Hills. It's the TV show on Bravo, and a reunion premieres
this Sunday
at 9 p.m. And I was watching the episode after you and we bumped into each other at a restaurant called Lure.
Awesome sushi.
Isn't it?
Yum.
Oh, man.
Yum.
And that's like my go-to spot.
Well, now everybody's going to go to it now.
If you're ever in New York, go to Lure. Lower Manhattan, great food, great vibe. Great bar.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about the show, so I started watching it. And I didn't know your mother was Caucasian.
You didn't know?
I had no idea.
No way.
Yeah, so I saw the way you interact with you guys seem like y'all from two different worlds, even though that's your mom.
I swear to God, my mother, like my whole life, my mother would look at me like I was grown in a Petri dish.
Really?
Yeah. Like she just was like, what the fuck do I do with her?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, what do I do with her hair? That's a whole other story. Every single mixed child with a Caucasian mother knows my pain. Yeah. That woman didn't even put Vaseline in my hair.
She didn't?
She didn't know what to do. And my grandmother passed away. My paternal grandmother, who's black, passed away before I was born. So she didn't have anybody to teach her what to do with a black child's head.
What was your dad?
My dad is from Barbados.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my mother is Russian and Norwegian, and my father's from Barbados.
So were they ever together when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah. No. My parents were together and married until the day my father died.
Oh, your brother passed away.
Yeah,
okay.
I had a great relationship with my father. He was my best friend. Like, that's why I was so, sympathetic with Micah and her storyline during the show, with the passing of her father, even though they had the complete opposite relationship, they were estranged from each other. I still felt, sympathy towards her because the loss of a parent is just, it's something it's horrible. Yeah. We all go through it, but it's just terrible.
It's horrible. I lost my father in 2009, so I can relate to that.
Yeah.
What do you think your father would think of the videos and the photo shoots that you've done?
Cricket, chirp.
I'm just curious. Like,
I
never thought about that.
No.
No.
I mean, I feel like he would be okay with it. I do. I honestly do, just because I always kind of looked at it like a business. I mean, I didn't reinvent the wheel. There's so many women who came before me. I mean, like pinup girls of 1950s. And it's not like I was walking around butt-ass naked. You know, I was selling sensuality. I was selling a product. There's no difference between me and, say, Carmen Electra or Pamela Anderson. Like, I was doing the same thing that they were. I just took my image, I slapped it on product, I branded myself, and I just paid really close attention to, the whole supply and demand theory, business 101, and that was it. Like, I don't know. I just
just working.
I was working.
Okay, Melyssa Ford is here. I'm a dad too, so I was just thinking.
It is a very valid question.
Absolutely. We got Omar on the line from Detroit. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Sway. What's going on?
What's up? Say hello to Melyssa Ford.
Melyssa Ford, how you doing, beautiful?
Hi, Omar. How are you?
Good. I just want to say the only reason I watch the show is because you're on it.
Oh, thanks.
I really want to ask you, do you regret being a video model? Because it seems like that reputation follows you no matter whatever else you try to do.
I don't really have any regrets because I didn't do anything to be regretful for. I was literally known as like the queen of no on video sets, and anybody can tell you that. Interview Hype Williams, Little X, like anybody who was on production, they knew Melyssa wasn't down for a lot of stuff. Certain wardrobe choices, even certain songs I wouldn't participate in music videos because I just didn't agree with the lyrical content. I was like, I can't represent this. My regret is that other women have not conducted themselves in, the best possible ways, and that in itself is where the stigma started to kind of get out of control. And unfortunately, it became my cross to bear because I was, quote unquote, the most prolific.
Yeah.
So it's my cross to bear, darling.
Yes, and she's carrying it well, and you look awesome.
Yeah, I feel like in Mona Scott's eyes, you probably look
Mona Scott Young.
Mona Scott Young. Yep. You probably look like a prime candidate for Love and Hip Hop, just because, on your resume you have videos, and then, with being linked to Flow Rider. Was that ever a pitch that came your way?
Has Tracy ever told you how we know each other?
No,
This
can
little
you,
fucker
Melyssa,
right over here.
hold up, turn the music down. Melyssa, can you tell us the story? All right.
Throwback Thursday. Go ahead, Melyssa.
Tracy got her bones with me. She was my assistant.
Tracy G was Melyssa Ford's assistant?
Yes.
When I was green as spring grass.
Yes.
Let her talk, Tracy.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in 2005, 2006, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was my assistant.
Was she bisexual then?
No, she was not.
So this is a new thing. All right.
She had a boyfriend at the time. I remember that.
I did, yes.
And you were like, you loved you. Oh, yeah, real boot up.
What was her work ethic like?
That was why I picked her as my assistant. I loved her work ethic.
Okay.
She was diligent. She was tenacious. I saw a lot of myself in her. We're both Scorpios.
Yep.
And she could really handle it when I went the fuck off on her.
Yo, what's the worst she ever
The worst
went
thing
off?
she ever did? Yeah. I know what that shit, 7, 8 years ago? I'll never forget it.
Here we go.
What was it?
Okay, so I had to go to Atlanta. And I needed her to book some flights to Atlanta. Me and whoever it is I was going with, probably my makeup artist and whoever else. She books the flights. Round trip tickets. Unfortunately, she booked them from Atlanta to New York and New York to Atlanta.
Oh my.
But I was in New York. I needed to go to Atlanta and then vice versa. And I kid you not, I had to spend the next 2.5 hours on the phone with Delta trying to get them to reverse this without charging me this exorbitant amount of money. Once I was done, I literally was like sitting at my desk trembling, and she was like, tentative to come over to me. I was just like, I would walk the fuck away if I were you right now.
Did you fire her? Did you fire her?
No.
You didn't fire her?
No.
Okay, Tracy. Did she share food at that time? Because she doesn't share anything here. She's kind of like we call her young scabby.
What's this?
You know what? In her defense, I wasn't really eating much in those days. I had a shitty ass boyfriend, so I was under like lots of stress.
Okay, okay. All right, Melyssa, that's a great story, and thank you for giving us some insight. We don't really know her. Hold on, I got Sean on the line from LA. Sean, good morning. How you doing? Sean,
I'm doing good. How you doing, Sway?
Doing well, man. Say hello to Melyssa Ford.
How you doing, beautiful?
Hi, how are you, Sean?
I'm good. I was just curious. I heard that one song with Game and Kanye back in the day, and he made an innuendo about you, about you wouldn't get far, about a Honda Accord. Did you ever hear that verse? And if so, how did you feel about it?
I think I heard it 1 or 2 times. Yeah,
how did it go?
Yeah.
What was the lyric?
Something about what I'm surprised Wonder doesn't have it ready at the bit right now. Thank God. Thank God. Okay.
You know Wonder, too. Huh?
Every video model wants to be Melyssa Ford, but what you don't know is Melyssa Ford drives a Honda Accord and will do anything to go to the Grammy Awards. Something to that effect.
Well, have you ever been to the Grammys?
I have been to the Grammys.
Did you drive a Honda Accord?
I have never driven a Honda Accord. Never in my entire life. I won't even ride shotgun in those motherfuckers. As a result.
When that lyric came out, do you know Game?
So here's the story.
Okay.
So DJ Clue calls me up, and because that's the homie, and he was just like, "Yo, M, did you ever diss Game?" And I was like, "The rapper?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "No." He was like, "So he never tried to kick it to you, and you told him kiss your ass." I was like, "No, I didn't know." And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Well, you put your name in a song." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, is it okay? Is it good?" And he was like, "Well," and I was like, "Okay. Well, is it like on a mixtape?" He was like, "It's on the album." I said, "Okay. Well, what is it like on the B-side?" He was like, "I think it's the next single." I was like, "Oh, fuck. Send that shit to me, please." And so he sends it to me, and I listen to it, and I bust out laughing because it was funny to me. I was like, "Oh, okay, Melyssa Ford, Honda Accord, that rhymes.
Yeah.
Grammy Awards, fuck you, motherfucker." But okay, whatever, okay? And then it caught on like, why? It spread like a virus.
Mm-hmm.
It was, oh, God, it was horrible. It was horrible. I swear to God, I wanted to kick him in his freaking
Did you
throat.
ever bump into Game after that?
Tons of times.
What'd he say?
Every time he sees me, he's like, "Miss Ford, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, whatever, Negro. Whatever.
Just a rap lyric. That's
It's just, I didn't take it any, like, personally, but it just got made into such a big deal.
Yeah.
Another cross to bear.
Yeah. Melyssa Ford is here, man. Another cross to bear. Make sure you watch the reunion, Blood, Sweat, and Heels. It's airing this Sunday.
90 minutes of
Okay. 9 p.m. on Bravo. Have you made your first house sale yet? Have you sold your first?
I have transacted more than $2 million in real estate since the show, since the cameras left me alone. I needed to fucking concentrate.
Yeah, they had to work.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had a moment for you to come up here, and I'm glad we bumped into each other for this to happen, all right?
Like sipping and stuff.
Okay, that's okay. Melyssa
That
Ford,
ghetto.
ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.